Do you really know yourself when it comes to trading? Who are you when it comes to trading? What are your thoughts? What are your desires? What do you do when it's a Monday morning and you really want to get into a trade? So I ask you this, do you really know yourself? Let's get into it. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of your support and I hope you get something from this video. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about knowing ourselves when we're trading, kind of understanding what we look for in trades, but not even that, just like understanding like our emotions, especially when it comes to Monday's trading, because most of the time I'm not keen on taking trades on Mondays. However, this week can be a little different. We had news all week. We have NFP on Wednesday. So there is some variables, but overall, I don't usually like trading on Mondays. However, today I did in fact take a trade. And this is what I'm going to be talking about, is knowing yourself, knowing why we enter into trades, and simply just understanding that Mondays aren't usually the best for me, but it's a new week, so I really love to just get in the market and start trading and just, be involved in it. We'll talk a little bit about that, but first, cheers. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you had an amazing weekend and I hope we can have some fun this week. So cheers. This one's for you. Perfect. Now let's talk a little bit about Monday. This week we have news every single day. We had news this morning at 9:45 and at 10 a.m. And the markets have been, they looked pretty nice this morning. So kind of understanding that, but not only that, for me, understanding myself, I like to get into trades right away, right when the market is up and running, and I like trading on Mondays just because I'm like, I want to get into a trade, it's like I have that itch. So today I did in fact take a trade. However, we reduced our stop, so we reduced the amount of contracts we got in to 1 micro contract. Why did I do that? Well, for starters, it's Monday. In the past, we like using Mondays for kind of that day to kind of form the week, kind of see how Mondays move so that we get a better understanding of the week. But today I really wanted to get into a trade. And sometimes you have these emotions, and instead of just like fighting them, reduce our risk so that we're able to get into a trade, but manage it properly and manage our emotions properly. So that's exactly what I did. I knew myself. I understood, hey, I don't usually like trading on Mondays, but I really am having that itch to get into a trade. What is something I could do? Well, one, I could have probably just walked away from the charts, but I did see a setup I really liked. So I was like, well, I already see this setup. We had news on Monday, so why not just reduce our risk? Why not reduce our risk? So I understood myself. I understood that, hey, if we're gonna get into a trade today, we are gonna reduce our risk. So understanding myself, understanding what kind of trader I am has helped me get into this trade, but being cautious, again, because it's Monday. That is why I decided to have a smaller risk today and still managed to trade today. So I kind of scratched both those itches. And yeah, I'm going to be talking about the trade I took today. It was in fact a winning trade, so that's always nice to have that kind of winner at the beginning of the week. But again, I did reduce my risk, so I only risked $50, 1 micro on this trade. I was able to hold for 1 to 2, so I'm up $100 on the week, which is not bad. But again, just like understanding myself and knowing that Mondays don't usually pan out, and I usually like waiting to see what Monday does, so then we get more confluence for the rest of the week. but also having NFP this week. So just understanding myself and understanding like, hey, are we okay if this trade is a loser? That's simple. And my answer was yes, if I had a smaller lot size. So we're gonna get into the charts now. I'm gonna be showing you a little bit about this trade. I won't talk too much because I want to keep this video nice and short. We have lots of more videos coming this week. So let's dive in, shall we? I'll keep the layout like this. So I have the 15-minute, the 5-minute down here, and the 1-minute down here. I will kind of be explaining why I wanted to see the market move lower, but essentially, here, if we go down to the daily on this one, we had this wick, right, from Friday. So we have a lot of imbalance inside this wick. So I really did want to see the market move lower, possibly into like halfway before the market does move higher to what I would like to see the weekly objective. But again, for Monday, we wanted to see the market move lower just to, you know, have that kind of Judas swing for the weekly range. So I wanted to see the market move lower into some imbalances inside this daily wick. Plus, we came up to this daily fair value gap and we respected it very nicely. So we wanted to see that continue, and we wanted to see our drawn liquidity was, of course, the London session lows and just sell side liquidity. So I'll go back to the 1-minute down here. Beautiful. So the London session lows are just down here. I'll mark them out for you guys. We wanted to see the market obviously trade down into these London lows. So we have our drawn liquidity, right? We understand where the market wants to go. We traded into a higher time frame PD array of that daily fair value gap. We wanted to see the market trade down into these London session lows. We also had a break of market structure on the 15-minute time frame. We actually had that swing high, broke it. We closed below this kind of 15-minute order block here, and then we do see somewhat of a retracement, which is a good thing because lately I've been really digging on the OTE levels, the OTE retracements. I mean, it's always been there, but I really do like it when the market retraces and we can get into a sell or a buy after the market retraces. So essentially what I did was I took this high to this low and I measured it out. We wanted to see the market come back up to the 50%. Another thing I should point out is the market did make this low here and we came back up into that at 10 a.m. but I actually missed this entry. So I just moved my fib down because we didn't reach our objective of those London lows yet and we still wanted to see the market go lower. We actually did in fact come up, and my entry was of course this 5-minute order block. So I have it measured out as a red rectangle right here. We wanted to see the 5-minute order block be retraced, be respected. So my entry was more along the lines of the 5-minute order block, but as you can see, we actually have this 1-minute fair value gap right here as well. So we have the 5-minute order block and the 1-minute fair value gap entry, which is one of my favorite setups. We come back up into this order block, and on the 5-minute time frame, you can see that we never actually closed above the 50% of that 5-minute order block. We did in fact wick it a little bit, but we never actually closed above the 50%. That was giving me more insight that this trade was in fact going to pan out. So we were in this trade for 29 minutes, but we got our entry kind of just above that 5-minute order block paired with that 1-minute fair value gap. So honestly, I think it was a pretty good entry. Another thing we could have done is waited for that 50% retracement, which would have been the best entry. And that's usually what I do when I take these OT level trades. But again, it was Monday and I was just like, I just want to get into a trade. Plus we were having like a really small risk, so I wasn't too concerned about where my stop was and getting the best entry, you know? So in fact, we did trade higher. We came back up into that 5-minute order block, this 1-minute fair value gap. We never broke this high. Beautiful. we did in fact see a little bit of a push higher, you know, taking out some more sell side liquidity before we had this run down here at 10:30. So the 10:20 to 10:40 macro, we had that run lower. And then we had a little bit of a small pullback up into this inversion 1 minute fair value gap before the market just tanked for that 10:50 macro, taking out the London lows, and of course even into that negative 0.5 extension level. So overall, really nice trade. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of trading on Mondays, but I just wanted to scratch that itch, and lowering our risk, I was able to enter into this trade with confidence. And I also liked the trade. Simply, it was just like a really nice trade. I wanted to get in, so we got in. But yeah, this video I really wanted to talk about just like knowing yourself, understanding you. Do you understand you? So I know myself. I know that when I take trades on Monday, they don't usually pan out, or it's just consolidation. But if we were able to lower our risk, we are more accepting of this trade. So just knowing myself and understanding, hey, I want to take a trade, but it's not going to be my full position size, and I'm okay with that. So I hope you guys got something from this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite part was. I love connecting with you guys, and we have some good videos in store. We'll see how the market pans out this week. Eventually, I would like to see those weekly relative equal highs taken, but it all kind of depends on Monday and seeing how we're trading. And then of course we have NFP on Wednesday, so definitely be cautious of that. We could see some crazy moves on Wednesday. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. This one's for you. Cheers. And we will talk soon. Bye for now, guys.